Need a bone.
Am I doing the intro this time? I forgot.
I got it. Welcome everybody to Team Need a Bone's Rank a Bone podcast show thingy that we do. I'm your host Bander, and joining me today, as always, is the master of all things emeralds, Joey Spicy Fries. Welcome to the show, Joey.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. How are we doing tonight?
I'm sure they're doing great, all two
I'm
of
sure.
them. Because this is the first time we are live streaming Rank a Bone for a wide studio audience on Mixer. That is right.
Breaking new ground.
We went on Mixer. That is right. We are following Ninja. Trying to capture that hidden Sonic 3 fan base that he's been holding out on us.
Yeah, right.
Because, of course, this is Rank-A-Bone. We are ranking and reviewing your favorite franchises. This one, of course, being Sonic the Hedgehog. And we are doing Sonic 3 today. We've already done Sonic 1, 2, and Sonic CD. But today is all about Sonic 3.
That's right. So let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Sonic 3 is a platform game released in 1994. I was about to read a 92. I'm like, that's not right. The development of the game began shortly after Sonic 2, released in 1992, and was supposed to be Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but was eventually split into two games after they couldn't handle all the production, so we ended up getting Sonic 3 and Sonic Knuckles. So the game should be whole, but it's actually two separate games, as it were.
Gotcha.
And that is why we're reviewing them separately, because they were released separately. Some people will consider them one game, some people consider them separate games. We are going to take them as separate games.
It's all opinionated based.
Sure. Will that affect its ranking? We'll just have to see. The game was apparently supposed to have had some Michael Jackson composed portions on its soundtrack, which is very interesting to say. And that might have something to do with why it's hard to see that game get re-released on collections of some sort. It is the only game that's not featured on this Genesis Mini, which is really strange.
That is quite strange indeed.
Yep. And other than that, that's about all the little facts. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple more little things in here as well.
Oh, come on. You're the lore master. You've got all the knowledge.
You can do the same thing you did with Sonic 2, and you can play as Knuckles in Sonic 3. And some of Michael Jackson's involvement did very well, ratings and sales and whatnot.
It probably did well
in
the time of release.
The first appearance of our everyone's favorite character, Knuckles, the Echidna.
I love Knuckles.
Red being with a 3-tipped pronged penis.
It's four-tipped pronged penis.
Is it 4? Jesus Christ.
It's 4.
Oh my god. Clutches pearls. Good god.
What weird knowledge.
That's kind of all I got. I know that which one is it? Hydrocity Zone and
Hydrocity or Hydro City?
I never know. I kind of say both. Hydrocity and Hydro City. Both words. Hydrocity and the Blue Sphere bonus stages reappear in Sonic Mania. So there's your little fun facts.
Okay.
Oh, and this game actually does not have a Sonic Generations level because they took Sonic Knuckles instead, which kind of makes sense.
All right.
All right, that's all for fun facts I have for you today. Let's get into the game itself.
Let me just say, Joe, those were factual and they were fun. I had a lot of fun.
I did too. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Start with your opening impressions of the game. Why not?
Opening impressions. Most like a lot of the originals. It's a fun, fast-paced game that I enjoyed from start to finish. Like always, I'm probably going to say this on a lot of the games. I love the music, and I enjoyed a lot of it out of this game. So, how about you? Opening thoughts?
I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was very well put together. I thought the level design was very varied and really fun. The music is great. The visuals were great. Enemies are very fun. I don't remember too many standout enemies. There was There are some praying mantises, and in what I think
It was
is
Marble Garden Zone.
no, it's Lost Palace Zone, right? Hidden
Was
Palace
it
Zone.
Palace?
Hidden Palace Zone.
Hidden Palace.
And they remind me of the Metropolis Zone praying mantises, but these guys are a lot less bogus. So those were kind of fun. I remember the clams in Carnival Night Zone, and yeah,
Right.
I know there's some interesting things that they did with this game.
I think one thing I really liked about the game was the immediate merge from one zone to the next. Like it wasn't like
yes,
it goes straight into it.
The transitions are really well done, and it's something that really feels like the next step for what a Sonic game on this kind of console would be, and it like really paid off. So another thing I noticed that was really really cool was how dynamically animated Sonic and Tails were, and even Knuckles to that extent. How at the end of every level they would do their little dance and jig and then run off into the next zone. Obviously, Sonic had a freaking snowboarding section where he snowboarded, and then Knuckles appeared in the midpoints or the endpoints of every level and kind of did something to mess with you. I thought it was really cool, really dynamic, really like Sonic 3. Like this is the next level for Sonic.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely cool of them to put so much detail into how characteristic and how animated they wanted Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, all of the characters to be in this game. Whereas, like in the previous games, there was some animation, but in this one, it just felt more alive.
It felt really 90s, is what it felt like. It had like Sonic had a little bit of attitude, Tails was all cutesy and whatnot. Like that's what it felt like to me. And I thought that's perfect. Like very much like this is like Sega and versus like Nintendo, where Mario would just be like walking around, go do 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 do
right
to the peace sign. You know, that's how it works. Next on the agenda, we're going to talk about some levels, specifically starting off with Angel Island Zone, and I'd like to go first and say that I love this level. I love the design of it. I love the gimmicks of it, the swinging bits and bobs, and I love this level. I think it's such a good mix-up from the standard Green Hill Zone levels you get, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely a fun level to start the game off with. Basic, here you go, run as fast as you can throughout it. But one thing I loved most of it was like halfway through the zone, it just like everything catches on fire.
It erupts into glorious flames.
Yes, and just the color palette and everything just like bursting here and there was really neat to run through.
I feel like it tells like a much cleaner story than what Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 does, where you transition from each level in Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. Nothing really makes any sense. This game actually makes sense, where there's a robot that causes this fire.
Right.
There's a big fire, and you're chasing after basically a ship, and then you go into that ship. Well, no, actually, no, you don't.
No, you fight the ship.
You fight the ship. Because that ship's supposed to be, I think, Flying Battery Zone. Am I mistaken? Let me know in the comments if that's supposed to be Flying Battery Zone.
It might be.
Then Hydrocity Zone. You say Hydro City, I say Hydrocity. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I just look at it and I think Hydro City. Let us know down in the comments.
This is my favorite water level out of any of the 2D Sonic games. It is awesome. It's such a cool level. What do you think?
I love Sonic, and I hate water levels. I can't stand them. I feel the pressure every time with the countdown, and then as soon as I see the 5 pop up on the screen and I hear the din 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 din, I'm like,
well,
I need
one
some
thing
fucking bubbles.
that changes that completely we haven't mentioned are the 3 different power shields. There's the fire shield, the thunder shield, and the water shield.
That's right. So the water shield, that pretty much makes you immortal underwater, right? You don't need bubbles.
Yeah, it lets you breathe underwater.
Okay.
Gives you the bounce, which I really like. I love these shields. I think they're awesome. I'm glad they brought them back in Sonic Mania. The Thunder Shield, clearly the best shield. Fucking double jump and magnetic rings, and the little sparks come out.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. I did like that. The fire shield was probably my favorite, though. I just like launching at everything as like a fireball.
Yeah, no, they're all really cool. They're really really fun.
They're unique. That's one way to put it. They're unique.
Another thing about Hydrocity is that has such a good verticality to it, where you really feel like there's different layers to it, where you could be going in in one part of the level and completely missing another part. Where if you go through it again, you could be going through an entirely different part. That's one thing that I really liked. Had a good sense of speed. The blue ramps making you go really fast, and the little gear that grabs you. It's like hold on to you while you speed up and then go up. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's one thing that'll help me enjoy a water level is the speed. So long as you keep moving, you're fine.
I didn't feel like there was that much water to it. I thought it was not lacking in water, but like the perfect amount of water.
And I think that's the one zone out of this entire game that had like the most water out of everything in this game. Like there's water in others, just this one had the most in it. So
yeah. Oh, another thing we missed is I'm looking at the video right now. The Sonic, when you jump and you can do the little like I call it
his attack, right?
The little spark, the little Sonic attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is a cool addition. It's kind of weird. It doesn't really make any sense, but I guess it's kind of cool. I guess it gives you a bit more range in your jump.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. Hidden Palace Zone. I enjoyed this level a lot more than I thought I did. I think it's really cool. There's some puzzle dynamics to it and some cool enemies and a good sound.
Definitely a fun zone. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, like you said, puzzle to it. Definitely makes you think, and that's one thing I like about a game.
I like the disc gimmick where it like kind of you can float around and kind of travel where you want to go with it. That's really cool. Right. The boss fight was fun. I'm trying to remember what actually the boss fight was. It wasn't the drill robot, it was the Eggman fight, which was you're on Tails and you're flying around and you're trying to jump at him. Right,
that's it.
And then there's one enemy in this level that I hated, which is the pufferfish. I thought those were bullcrap. Just garbage enemy. But there was the the spike mimic.
Mm-hmm.
The one the enemy that's a spike that's not really a spike that you can bounce off of.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Interesting.
But it was like a trampoline type enemy that I like those. Those were fun. There's always going to be a bullcrap type enemy in a Sonic game. You always have to expect it.
There'll be a few. Now we're going to go on to what I think was probably your favorite level, Carnival Night Zone.
You know what? I enjoyed Carnival Night Zone. It was pretty fun, but I wouldn't say that was my favorite level.
Okay. I love the music in Carnival Night Zone. I think it's one of my favorite songs.
Oh, it's got that circus clown theme music to it.
That's so good. And the gimmicks with the moving barrels that you can move around and like the platforms that jump and just the aesthetic is so cool and everything kind of moves you around. But
it was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just probably wouldn't have been my favorite level. I can see why you would think that though.
Do you think this one is better than Carnival Night Zone?
You mean Casino Night Zone?
Casino Night Zone, yes.
No, I would say I enjoyed Casino Night Zone a lot more.
I love Casino Night Zone.
Like from start to boss fight in Casino Night Zone, it just had my attention through and through. Carnival Night Zone, it was just kind of like this is fun. I'm ready to move on to the next zone.
Okay, I really like Carnival Night Zone. I think that the aesthetic and the evolution from Casino Night Zone, you can really see how much they decided to change and how in Act 2 the power goes out and everything's turned off and you have to turn the power back on. Just really
see, now that was pretty cool. I did like that.
Yeah, so
I liked Knuckles' interactions with some of the zones. It was neat.
Yeah, I really liked how a lot of these things feel like they took what was so good about Sonic 2 and just made it even like that much better. Right. And it feels like it's fresh and new in a lot of ways, but still maintains like the core of what Sonic 2 did in terms of the speed and platforming that I really liked.
Totally.
Next one is my favorite level and easily one of my favorite songs ever in a Sonic game. Such a good song, which is Ice Cap Zone. Which, this song is so awesome. I don't know how this song exists, but it's literally the best song in all of 2D Sonic. Ice Cap Zone.
I'd have to agree with you. The music was fantastic. The level's a lot of fun. Snowboarding Sonic. You
start off in a fucking snowboard, 90s ass snowboard level. It is so cool.
It was pretty neat. I did enjoy that level a lot, and if I could play any of them over again, I would probably pick that one.
Definitely. Some of the platforming elements were a little bit jank, and I felt like certain parts where I'm like, what am I even supposed to do? How do I go about this? And then finally kind of figuring it out.
Right.
And yeah, I love the boss fight. The snowboarding section is really fun. I mean, it's not really, there's not really much to it. It's kind of mindless.
I think if they had maybe made like a boss fight, using snowboarding, that would have been pretty cool.
That'd really cool. And yeah, no, Ice Capstone is so cool. I think the design is really good. I think it's like, obviously it's something that we haven't seen in a Sonic level, which is an ice level. And
right.
Oh my god. I love it. I love Ice Capstone so much. There is I think it's an OC remix of Ice Capstone that is like a beautiful remix of the song. It's so good.
Okay.
Last but not least, we have Launch Base Zone. Yes, Launch Base Zone. And what do you think of this stage?
It was a lot of fun. I think the one thing I enjoyed the most out of this was the string of bosses at the end. Like, It wasn't just one boss, it was 3.
Yes, definitely. I definitely saw all 3 of those bosses. I definitely did not play the wrong version of this game and only fought the first boss, the snaky Eggman that goes up, and then immediately sent me into Mushroom Hill Zone, starting Sonic and Knuckles. So the Genesis something collection on Steam has like this cool video game room that you can put cartridges in and something. Like it's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool at the same time. And I bought Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I was playing it, and my game didn't go to the final boss of Sonic 3. It went straight to the Sonic and Knuckles first level, which is really interesting and really funny. Since we're not ranking that, or since we're ranking them separately.
I was reading something about that though, so you're not entirely wrong. There are different forms of it that do that.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because I played the final boss of Sonic 3 before, the dragon, right?
Uh-huh.
The egg dragon thing, and it's a really cool fight. But I didn't play it in this one. But I remember that fight being really cool, so I'm not gonna deduct points from it because I made a mistake.
I'll deduct points. You lose 2 points.
Okay, fine. Sure.
2 points to Gryffindor.
Yeah. There were a couple points in Launch Base Zone there were like just bullshit insta kills where you're just running around like, oh, I got crushed. There was like these random platforms that crush you, and those are always just dumb. I hate that shit. I think that's some of the worst design mechanics where you're just like, oh, I didn't even see where I was going and I died. Great, awesome. Like I feel like that should only, like if they're gonna do that, they need to slow you down and give you more of a platforming thing. It's like, hey, this is bad. Don't go too fast here.
Right. Or you just got to get the timing right.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just like it's the worst. It was the worst in Sonic 1 when you had no continues and you were like had to start the game over. I'm glad we're past that because I game overed a couple times in this one and I had so many continues by the end of it. I was just like, it's all fine. Alrighty, favorite level. We both say Ice Cap Zone.
No, I still wouldn't even say that was my favorite zone. Lots of fun, enjoyed it. Same thing with Carnival Night Zone, but I would have to say Marble Garden Zone was my favorite.
You mean Hidden Palace?
No, Marble Garden Zone.
Marble Garden Zone?
That's the 3rd zone in the game.
There's Hidden Palace Zone, I think. Marble Garden Zone's from Sonic 1.
I'm looking at a different list then because there's a Marble Garden Zone and Palace Zone. What? Marble Zone is from.
Oh no, you're right. Wait, what is Hidden Palace Zone?
Hidden Palace Zone is way later in the game, buddy.
Oh, Hidden Palace Zone is. Oh, Hidden Out. That's Sonic Knuckles. Why did I write Hidden Palace Zone here? You're right. Marble Garden Zone. Yes, you're 100% right. Cool. I definitely think Ice Cap Zone is probably my favorite level of the whole thing so far, the whole series so far. I wish I had been writing down our list of levels. I know Green Hill Zone for me was in Sonic 1, and Marble Zone was for you in Sonic 1.
Yes.
And in Sonic 2, I really like Metropolis Zone, and you like
Casino Night Zone for me.
Casino.
So I'm loving the marbles.
Yeah, Yeah, definitely. What was your favorite zone in Sonic? Oh, we both said for
We
Sonic
agreed
CD,
on the
we
same one for CD.
started
We
at
agreed
Speedway,
on that.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I think if I remember, I really should have written this down. Our rankings should technically be Metropolis Zone is number 1,
Hmm.
Casino Night Zone is number 2 because I wouldn't rank it as high in my rankings. That's how it balances out. Stardust Speedway, Green Hill Zone, Marble Zone. I think that's how it balances out.
Sounds about
And
right.
for me, my rankings. This is really close. My ranking would be Ice Cap Zone, Carnival Night Zone, and honestly, every single one of these levels is awesome. Like I don't hate any of these levels.
I don't either. They were all fun.
What would your number 2 be?
My number 2 would probably be Launch Base Zone.
Okay. I mean, I guess with 2 people, you can't really decide on this. So, we'll just say that Ice Cap Zone and Marble Garden Zone are current first place spots. What was your favorite boss fight in this thing?
I'm gonna go with Launch Base Zone. That was
final
probably
boss?
my favorite. Yep.
Okay. I really like the Ice Cap Zone boss. I thought that was really fun to do. Just how it like extends the thing and there's like a lot of timing to it. It was simple but like fun. And I love ice theme levels, so I think that's where my bias stands. Favorite song in the game?
Angel Island Zone.
Angel Island Zone. Mine,
It's a classic, but a great song.
it's classic. Mine obviously.
You're gonna go back to
Ice Cap Zone. A fucking Ice Cap Zone. I'm gonna be repeating that a lot. Because I think Ice Cap Zone is in Sonic Adventure 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's a level where you actually do get to snowboard again. So we might be able to hear that again.
Oh boy.
Other than that, it is time to rank the Sonic games. So, number 1, Sonic 2. Number 2, blank. Number 3, Sonic CD. And number 4, Sonic 1. Where do we
Question is, are we dropping Sonic 2 down to the second place and putting 3 in first?
The one thing I know about Sonic 2 is that I feel like it is the game that really put Sonic where it wanted to be in terms of what it is. There's a lot more levels. I think there's a little bit more iconic boss fights.
I feel that's enough of a reason to keep it at first place.
Yeah, it really is. And obviously Sonic 3 being essentially half a Sonic game because there's only 6 levels, whereas Sonic 2 I think has, let me count for a second, Emerald, Chemical Plant. Oh god, Chemical Plant is so good. Hidden Ruins, Lost Ruins, whatever that one is. Casino, Hilltop, other Mystic Ruins, Oil Ocean.
Oil Ocean, don't get me started.
The Egg Fleet, whatever zone, and then the final. So there's like 8 or 9 zones in Sonic 2.
There's like 2 or 3 more zones.
I think I even skipped Metropolis on there. So there's like 10 or so zones in Sonic 2.
Sonic 2, there were only 2 zones. There were only 2 acts per zone, right?
Correct.
So that's why there was more to it. Sonic 3 had
2 acts.
Sonic 3 had 2 zones.
Yep.
2 acts. Never mind.
And then I felt like Sonic 2 was a little more difficult in a fun way, whereas Sonic 3 a little bit easy for the most part. I kind of blitzed through it. It really wasn't that difficult.
Yeah, same here.
And I was just collecting 1-ups like crazy with all the bonus levels. I thought the bonus levels in Sonic 2 were a lot better. So yeah, I think we're decided. I think goes in at number 2.
I agree. Definitely better than Sonic CD and Sonic 1.
Well, Sonic CD is a very good game, and I do.
No, I'm not saying Sonic CD is worse. I'm just saying.
Oh, I just wanted to point out that I feel like we did a disservice to Sonic CD because I was looking at some of the design mechanics of it afterwards, and I'm like, maybe we should have. We
should have done the whole thing
and knew what we were doing for that one because it's not as. But I definitely would feel like it wouldn't change much because I feel like the level design in Sonic CD just kind of blends and molds together in a weird way that doesn't really equal fun level. Well,
I feel like number 3 is a good stable place for Sonic CD.
Alrighty, with that, number 1, Sonic 2. Number 2, Sonic 3. Number 4, Sonic CD. And number... Wait. Numbers. Number 1, Sonic 2. Number 2, Sonic 3. Number 3, Sonic CD. Number 4, Sonic 1. Next week, we are doing Sonic and Knuckles. I've already started it, apparently. So we'll get to that. It's going to be another sort of half game, 6 levels. I remember those levels being not as memorable as Sonic 3, so I think this will end up being a little bit lower for me. But we'll have to see next week. Until then, I have been your host, Bander SN. He has been the master of all things Emeralds, Joey Spicy Fries. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye.